Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing possibly a new what if, which is called what if, would be what if Naruto had all 9-tailed beasts. So, if this does become a series, then in this, if this gets possibly, maybe, either 5 to 10 likes, then I'll do a part 2 to it. And if that gets kind of like a similar response, then I'll carry on. But if it doesn't really get much, then I'm gonna leave it to be forgotten. Anyway, so the one, I guess, key difference in this compared to most that I've heard, listened to, and that, which is Naruto will be able to use each individual tailed beast because, he can in canon, so why can't he, his younger self? It doesn't really make sense. And if you think about it, it's like everyone else that have had all 9-tailed beasts have turned into the odd thing that, whatever it looks like. And Naruto, and some of you might go, yeah, but Naruto doesn't actually have all 9-tailed beasts. Actually he does. He got, I think it's part of that chakra, so he is actually there. He is their Jinchuriki. They all have one Jinchuriki. Yes, all of them are free, but they're now nobody really else can be their Jinchuriki unless Naruto dies. And if Naruto dies, then they're free to run. But someone else can then catch them. Of course, instead of Kuma is sealed inside of Naruto, and therefore, Bless sealed inside was more also asked to be, put back inside of Naruto, which Kuma was hastily, didn't really want to say nothing, but he wanted the same as I think the 8 tails. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, Naruto will be able to use each individual tailed beast and actually become each individual tailed beast, but that'll be a lot further down the line. And also, I was thinking of a different what if, but it sounded too similar. Actually, it sounded incredibly similar to another what if. So instead, I decided to scrap that idea and do this. And also, guys, sorry for no what if. Not even what if, sorry for no videos last week. So yeah, sorry for that, guys. But yeah, anyway, let's get into this, as I've been rambling on for 3 minutes straight. Hey, I think I've got it less down anyway. Let's get into this part. So, yeah. So, of course, I think, the first Okage, he's, thinking about what do I do with all 9-tailed beasts. I think that's how it goes. Not really sure, I forgot. But yeah, he's there, he's thinking, what does he do? Does he give them, to the other, regions? And someone brings out, why don't we keep them? It's what do you mean? It's we could have, someone watching them at all times, so that, if they play up, they can report to us, and, we can stop whatever they're doing, or that. Something simple like that, and he'd agree to it. And then, and then, I was thinking, would the 9-tails attack still happen? I'd feel like it would. Instead of it being called the 9-tailed attack, instead of it being called the 9-tailed attack, it'd be called the like 9 beast attack, or 9 beasts. I don't know. You guys name what it would be called in the description below, but it'd be like, one Uchiha controlling all 9-tailed beasts. Of course, he wanted to get revenge, on the Hidden Leaf, because he thought that his, friend died. And yes, that will still happen, but I'm going to say, because, yeah, like, that was during the war, so, some villagers would somehow get them, and one did, and one forced it inside a girl, which luckily, she didn't want to be in Turkey, plus it was kind of rigged to promote a blow when she got inside the village, so yeah. But yeah, she would survive, but just barely. But the tailed beast would be, it wasn't really sealed actually. I don't know, but I'm just going to say it was never really truly sealed inside of her. So, she could have it pulled out of her, and she, would survive. And yeah, whereas, to, the Kakashi and Rin's friend, it looked like that Rin died, and, yeah, he's not going to exactly be happy now. So yeah, all 9-tailed beasts come. Of course, the fourth Hokage, Minato, which Minato and Kushina will still have baby Naruto. And he can sense, like she gives birth. Normally, they're all happy, but he can sense something's not right. That there's, like something bad's gonna happen. So he's like, I have to go out. I like something feels odd. As the Hokage is like, what do you mean odd? It's like, well, yeah, you just became made that. He's like, no, like, it's quiet, too quiet outside, as he mentions that, and then a couple of seconds, later, he hears people screaming that, they see, a tailed beast, that it's impossible, why the tailed beast here, why they so close to the village, as the fourth and third Hokage hear that, and they just rush outside. They would rush to the balcony, or to the window, and they would just see, all 9-tailed beasts surrounding the village, and, the Hokage, he just doesn't know really what to do, as Minato can clearly see that an Uchiha is, controlling them by, their eyes. They would never come this close on purpose. And first, like, what do you mean? Look carefully at their eyes. They're being controlled by an Uchiha. As the first, like, what an Uchiha? I don't think it is an Uchiha. It's just someone who, could be, in the clan, or hates one of us, and is awakening their Sharingan and has taken control of all 9-tailed beasts. So what do you mean? In other words, they're forcing their will onto the tailed beasts, otherwise they'd never come this close. And yeah, he's like, if you say so, Minato, as he's old then, and he's even older now in the kind of current timeline, but yeah. But then, as he'd go to his newborn son, and his wife, I'm gonna say not Minato, Kushina, not Minato, Kushina, yes, and goes over to Kushina and goes, I've got, we're surrounded by all 9-tailed beasts, so, and Uchiha is taking control over them. I'm gonna, we're gonna have to seal them. I knew this, this day might come. it's been, passed down since first that, they were taught a jutsu from the, what's it called? Can't remember, the Uzumaki clan, which was the Reaper Death Seal, which would, well, of course, even though it would kill them, at least, it would be, it could seal all nine-tailed beasts, but of course, the person had to be a Uzumaki. Well, because Kushina doesn't have Kuma in her, so Naruto, I would say, would have a bigger chakra reserve at birth. Now I'm going to say at birth because, well, you should think about it, Naruto, when he was in Kushina, he also had, the nine tails, also that, and, well, nine tails was sealed, and it still requires chakra, so, like, yes, even though, chakra is diverted to, the infant, or the baby, that is, still chakra going to the seal, and, well, Kuma being the strongest tailed beast, would take up the most chakra to seal, or to keep it at least just barely, strong enough to keep him at bay. And so therefore, it's going to require a lot of chakra. And, well, without that burden, all the chakra that isn't going to be used by the host is being used for the baby now. And so the large amount of chakra that was going to Kuma to hold, going to the seal to hold Kuma back, is now going to Naruto. So Naruto is born with a high chakra reserve. I'm going to say just high enough, because I think, once, if you can seal the nine tails, you can, if you can hold the full nine tails, you can hold all 1 to 8 tails, because, well, we know in canon that now, not Naruto, Kuma is I think he said that, Kuma is 1% of the, of all nine-tailed beasts now, Kuma is the strongest, as he holds 1% of the, 10 tails' chakra within him, but yeah, so, well, that's kind of why Kuma is the strongest tailed beast. So I'd think if you can hold Kuma, you can hold all 1 to 8 tailed beasts. So that includes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, well, no, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tailed beasts, not just 1 and 8, 1 through 8. And, well, Naruto's chakra reserves being so large at birth that Naruto can hold all 9 tailed beasts, which would be he would be the first person since the Sage of Six Paths to hold all 9 tailed beasts. And of course, the prophecy would state that a boy would be not even a boy, a baby would be born that would have so much chakra that he would, he doesn't know that all 9 of them would be sealed inside. Well, he doesn't even know that. He just knows that there will be a boy born that, will one day name all 9 of you, and that, of course, Kuma being the one that remembers this, and I was saying, all of them generally do get along, with Kuma kind of being, Kuma, would always kind of venture closer to the village, or closest to the village, so everyone generally is kind of fine with Kuma, as, they're generally seen the 9-tailed fox, lurking outside outside the perimeter of the village, the maximum distance they are allowed to come near, as, they don't know why, they just, know that, and they accept it, and they get used to it. So, of course, when all of a sudden all 9 come to the village, at first, of course, it's not panic, because they think, oh, well, everyone would, know, oh, Kuma, not Kuma, the Hokage, maybe they've come to, like, maybe, they've come, to, like, say something to the fourth Hokage or that, because, like, isn't, like, Kushina giving birth today to a, boy. So I go, oh yeah, maybe they've, come to celebrate that or something. So I say, yeah, and didn't, that Master Dryer say, like, that, there was a child of prophecy, maybe Kushina's son is the child of prophecy, those kind of rumours would float around. At first, but then once they see the looking out in the Tailed Beast eyes, they quickly go from, oh, maybe, they've come to, do that, to panic, because, well, they generally don't get along with the Uchiha clan, and, well, neither do the Tailed Beasts, as Kuma is almost at a couple of times wiped the entire clan out of existence. Yeah, which does annoy the like the Hokage, but at least Hokage know that any like that they're generally like if something like if a mission were to come up to or something to come up to, get rid of the Uchihas, they'll just quite frankly go to, one of the Tailed Beasts and tell them, and the Tailed Beasts would probably go to the, Uchiha clan and wipe them out in an instant. Because why wouldn't they? That's the biggest threat to their life, gone, pretty much. But yeah. As they all see, the Uchiha symbol in the Tailed Beast's eyes, and they all just panic, because Minato, at first, you can hear people talking and stuff, why are they talking? So, gonna go, oh, not really noticing it as, he sees all 9 Tailed Beasts coming closer, but he doesn't really think much of it at first. So, he's Master Dryer told him, or Dryer in our case, but Master Dryer to him, told him that, their child would be the child of prophecy, so, and, like, he's thinking, well, yeah, like, surely the Tailed Beasts know about the child of prophecy, and therefore, maybe they even knew, well, and they seem, like, Dryer seemed to be certain that who's our child, and, well, if that's the case, then, if the Tailed Beasts, are coming, maybe it's true. So he's just thinking, oh, it's a sign that, Naruto's the child of prophecy. Obviously, well, he is. But yeah, as they all approach the village, and, he goes back and looks, and he realizes that they have the Uchiha Sharingan symbol in their eye. Yeah, so for that, guys, something went into my eye, I think, so my eye got annoying. Anyway, also, sorry guys if I sound a lot quieter, or, if the what ifs have been, what ifs have been quiet, as, well, when, like, we moved to where I'm living now, where me and my parents are living now, over, just shy of a year ago, a lot of stuff broke. Yeah, or a part of everything broke, pretty much. Like, there was very little stuff that didn't break. So, like, my computer case, the front of it broke, I think. Yeah, there's just random parts of stuff broken that, and yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if some part of this had broke, like the volumes, like either the potentiometer in the sound, like in these sound things. That's why it's used potentiometer to measure. Well, yeah. Anyway, getting into stuff you don't really need to know. But yeah. Yeah. So so I'm gonna put in this one. Not Kuma. Minato is still gonna die, but Kushina isn't as well. Kushina firstly doesn't have Tail Beast, so she isn't at death's door, and she's gonna have it. She's gonna have a lot of it. Well, yeah. Chakra reserves will still be rebuilding after giving birth from Naruto. Pretty much currently now a big chunk of chakra. Yeah, he's pretty much just like a big just a big blob of chakra. He just birthed. So her chakra reserves are now rebuilding as they now can. And yeah, so and she's prepared to die, to save the village, to save her baby, and that, as well, luckily, and Minato goes, well, Krishna, I don't think you've got enough chakra reserves to hold, or nine-tailed beast to use, like, you've probably just got enough to hold Kuma, right? Because the Uzumakis are the only ones, and are still the only ones that are able to hold Kuma, as I've stated earlier in the What If. And yes, and because of that fact, and well, she goes, well, I might not be able to hold all of them, but she goes, but I'm willing to become a Jinchoku to hold, Kuma's like, yeah, but once I do it, I'm gonna end up selling all 9 of them at once, because I can't do them individually, otherwise I'll die before I, get to the last one. I may only get, 1 or 2, or even 3 or 4 before I die, so we're gonna have to find someone who's, capable of holding, that much. And I think this is what, Naruto's journey starts. Is like, what, you're gonna use a child as a Tsuzuki? That's not. It's like, yes, but Naruto is also the, child of prophecy, as the riot keeps on going on about. And well, the Toad Beast already started coming close, because I could see, beforehand I could see them, coming closer. Before she started pissing, you could see them, coming closer with their normal eye colour and eye shape and eye colour. So they were naturally coming closer, because could say, today's the day that the child of prophecy is born. As everyone's like, what do you mean? I just heard they explain that, the fourth Hokage's wife, right? It's like, yeah, Kushina, right? Right, I was going to say, yes, and because she'll give birth to the child of prophecy. Like, what do you mean? How do you know this? How do you know this, Kuma? Not my Tabby, I can't remember his name, jeez. These sound beast, I can't remember his name. The one house would say, what do you mean, how do you know that, to Kuma? So it goes, well, because once you left, he took me someplace and told me himself that you know, the child of prophecy's mum would be, you know, her name would be Kushina, and she'd be and she'd be like her. Like her clan would be Uzumaki, so should be, you know, should be a person born of the Uzumaki clan. That's how I know. And well, yeah, and you know, so I guess that makes sense. You know, the old man always, you know, favoured you over us. I don't know, I just think he believed that I'd be the one to remember. You know, like, remember this, as they all then start walking closer to the villagers. Then, of course, Thingy ends up finding them, and I'm going to say fake murderer, you know, ends up trapping them under Genjutsu. I think, well, no, not Genjutsu, just the Uchi's eye, and they all end up down to the village to destroy it. Lucky enough, and like Kushina goes, yeah, but you know, it's still at that present time, you know, like still though, like, you know, using our child age, you know, nuts. Obviously we can't hold, you know, obviously we can't hold all 9 of them. As you'd go, my wife, Kushina, I believe he can. He is the child of prophecy. I you full-heartedly believe in that, and I am, you know, and if he can only sell, and if he can only sell at least a couple of them, I'll make sure he can at least sell the 9 tails, because I think he's going to be the most troublesome of them all. And yeah, he's like, and plus, I love him, and well, when he's born, I sensed a chakra amount I have never sensed before. He's truly, like, Krishna, he's got more chakra than you and me combined. This entire village combined, he's got more than that, than all of us and the village combined. So I believe he can hold all 9 of them. As Minato would start the ritual for, you know, the Reaper Death Seal, as you know, he summons a table and he plays, and Kushina's like, fine, you know, Minato, I'll always love you. And Minato go, I know, Kushina, I'm sorry I couldn't be there, and I'm sorry I can't be there for Naruto, but I can at least put some of my chakra inside the seal, so that if one of the toad beasts, you know, like somehow try getting out, I can at least be there for Naruto, so that at least Naruto will be able to talk to me then, as you know, as he prepares to, you know, does. And the fellow Kage is, you know, looking for, you know, an Uchiha with that, and notices someone with those eyes as he goes in to attack it. As you know, instead of because they haven't at least started their attack yet, as lucky enough Minato, you know, like they are still approaching the village as Minato does it, and well, they don't exactly destroy the village, but it's still called the, you know, tailed beast attack, or attempted attack. Yeah. More so because, you know, one person saved them, you know, saved the entire village from destruction, being the fourth Hokage. And yeah, about all 9 of, you know, as you know, Kushina sees as, well, no, firstly, as, Minato goes, Reaper Death Seal, as Kushina can just see the Reaper come. And she just tears up, she just, sad. She knows this is the last time she will ever see her husband. And that this is the first and only and, first and last time that, they'd ever see each other, kiss each other, everything with each other again. Do anything with one another again. That is their last time. As Minato then, seals on, as he, tells the Reaper, I'll give you my soul if you, transfer all 9 of them into this boy in front of me. As it's the same sealing jutsu, sealing form like that. He writes down the key to the formula. He summons the toad, writes the key down. So I think he did that beforehand, or he's just doing that while he, had a giant hole inside of him and sealed it inside of Naruto. So yeah. But yeah, he'd already wrote down the seal and the frog went inside of Kushina, because I don't think it would have to, go to the Toad's edge. Instead it would go inside of Kushina. But of course, if it, if Kushina then does die, it would then go to, I forget his name, Jiraiya. That's his name, Jiraiya. It'd go then to Jiraiya. And yeah, as everyone sees all 9 tailed beasts, chuck all of a sudden, flow into one point, as they think, they're saved. As, yes, we're saved. As, they all kind of start, celebrating their saves, all 9 tailed beasts just disappeared to them. As, Minato completes the seal and puts his, a good portion of his chakra within, inside the seal. So I'd say he's got as much time, maybe even slightly more time than Kushina. You guys tell me how long Minato would have to talk with Naruto in the comments down below. Yeah, as then, Naruto's journey truly begins. And, Minato then, in his, dying words, they're dying before the Reaper, severs his soul and truly dies. He's like, I'm truly sorry, Krishna, I couldn't be there for her. Son, I'm so sorry. As Krishna is like, no, don't be, it's not your fault. It's like, pray, it feels like it is. I couldn't be there to help, raise him. To see, his, to see him at his happiest, at his saddest, to see his first love. So I hope you could be there. I hope you can be there instead of me, Krishna. I hope you can be. I hope you can be there for him as he passes away. As he's just crying, as Minato would say, I leave you with this, our baby boy Naruto Uzumaki. As Kushina is just crying her eyes out to, I'm going to say in this timeline, Naruto doesn't have the whiskers, because Naruto was born with the whiskers because of the 9 tails chakra inside of Kushina, not Kuma, inside of Kushina. But yeah. And I think it just came up with another what if, don't know. It'd just be what if Naruto, I don't know. Oh no. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, and you know, because the masked man, you know, retreats, known he's lost, as you know, the Furikage goes, as he knows, and he's like, I'm sorry, Krishna, for your loss. I'm so sorry, but at the least, you know, he gave you a present, something beautiful, a baby, your baby. At least he gave you that before he died. Yeah. And yeah, as Naruto would be kind of known for, Naruto would be known for the child that's, saved the village. Some people are gonna hate him, some people don't. Yeah. And his life of his mum has now begun. Yeah. And if you think, oh well, will the thug become Hokage? Well, I think, Kushina would become the next Hokage, because Kushina is like, yeah, okay, she doesn't know the flying hygiene, but besides from that, she's still very much talented. She's pretty much, I think, the best in the field, besides from being, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, she would become the 5th Hokage of the village. Or would she? You guys tell me in the comments down below, as this is where I'm going to end it. So, if you do want part 2, you'll get around 5 to 10 likes, and tell me in the comments down below what will the attack, what will the 9-tailed beast attack be called? Which, like the village attack or the attempted attack. But yeah, and will Kushina become the Hokage? Tell me, do you guys want Kushina to just be, maybe she works as a teacher at the school, something like that, or she's, becomes the Hokage? You guys tell me in the comments down below. Or do you want that part to stay kind of as in canon, whereas the third Hokage becomes the Hokage again? So yeah, tell me that in the comments down below, and well, yeah. So guys, if you have enjoyed this, like it if you enjoyed the sound, and you want to see more, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next what if or video, depending on what I do. And hey, good. Bye.